Don't go to sleep, night nurses. Don't do that. If you can help it, keep your ass awake. Just stay awake. Thank you for coming back to my channel where we talk about going from a CNA to a nurse and all the craziness in between. So today I wanted to talk about how to survive the night shift. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but I work crazy schedules. I work day, evening, and nights. I do what they call it, 2 doubles and a single. So I do 2 16-hour shifts out the week and then 1 8-hour shift to equal my 40. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. I know, but that I have come up with a way to survive the night shift. So let's get into it. Step number 1, hydrate. 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 You have to drink fluids. You have to drink fluids. You have to drink fluids before you go to work, while you're at work, and on your way home from work. Why? Because your body is basically made out of water, and you need these fluids in order to help keep you energized and keep you awake. So it doesn't have to just be water, especially if you drink coffee. Definitely, like I would say, for every 1 cup of coffee you drink at least 2 more cups of water, because we all know that coffee is a diuretic. It's gonna actually dehydrate you, so you need to rehydrate your body. And also the fluids is gonna help to just keep you hydrated. And if you're, a lot of times why you feel like so sluggish and worn out is because you don't have you're dehydrated. So first things first, drink fluids. Okay, can you do that? Drink some fluids. All right, step number 2 to survive the night shift is go to sleep. Go figure. Definitely you want to sleep before you go to work. I know this is like duh, but so many people don't go to sleep before they go to work. Like I know for me, I come home from a night shift and I'm jump in the shower, and then I might just sit around for a little while, eat something, and then maybe get about 3 hours of sleep and then go back to work. Yeah, you can't survive like that. When I do my 2 doubles, I start in at 2:30 and then I end up getting off at 7 in the morning. So 2:30 in the afternoon till 7 in the morning. And so depending on the type of nurse you work with, at least on my unit, it's 2 nurses for the most part. Depending on the nurse you're working with, you can take your break, run out to your car, take a 30-minute nap, and then come back to work. I do that on my evening shift. Not all the time. Sometimes I feel like I need to. Sometimes I don't. If you trust that nurse and you know that nurse got your back, got your patients, take your break and go take a nap. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your break. You can do what you want to do with it, right? So take that time to go get some Z's. Even if it just means you just sitting there in your car and you're like just trying your best to like erase everything out your mind so you can relax, and you just figure out, okay, I've been laying here for 10 minutes and I haven't even fallen asleep. Just anything to kind of just relax your body. Do that before you go to work. Tip number 3, there's different ways to help you sleep during the day. So you can take melatonin. I would probably start off with like 3 milligrams. Melatonin, from what I've learned, it doesn't help you fall asleep. It helps to sustain sleep. So it helps you to stay asleep versus making you go to sleep. So maybe take that as soon as you get off of work, get you a nice shower or bath, and just lay in the bed. So I know for me, you just have so many thoughts going on in your mind when you're trying to relax. And you just really have to just kind of push those thoughts. Because you have to just kind of let them evaporate, just go away, and just focus on your breath and relax and just go to sleep. Something else that helps you sleep during the day is if you get those blackout curtains. I know they sell them at Marshall's. Get those. Tell your family, look, I need to sleep during the day. I need y'all to do X, Y, and Z. I need y'all to, like my husband, I tell him to close the door, like our bedroom door. I tell him to close it if he's gonna, because when I come in the morning, he still sleep too. So I'm like, okay, when you wake up, just close the door for me so I can't hear you downstairs. Like, just close it, please. Because that little bit of like him being down there watching TV or laughing or whatever, like that wakes me up. And then it's just so hard to go back to sleep after that. So talk to your family, let them know, like, okay, I need y'all to do this. I need y'all to do whatever it is you need them to do. Let them know. Tell them this is how we're gonna live our life. I need you to do this so I can go to sleep. Something else, people do like earplugs. I haven't done that, but I heard they work. You can try that. Another tip for surviving the night shift is that you should work out some type of habit. So that could be like, I know when I was a CNA, I would make sure that I did my rounds every 2 hours. So come in at 10:30, and then I would do my rounds then, and then I'd do my rounds at 12, 2, 4, and 6. That way I knew, and I would actually write it down, 2, 4, I put 12, 2, 4, and 6 on a little piece of paper, and 12 o'clock come do my rounds, come back and scratch out 12 o'clock. Like, doing that, just having that habit kind of, I think, kind of gets your mind and your body into some type of rhythm. Okay, you have to have some type of habit on your night shift. What I usually do as a nurse, at least I try my best to do, is I do my rounds every 2 hours as well. So if my CNAs are doing rounds 12, 2, 4, and 6, and I try to go in between those hours. So what is that, 1, 3, 5, and then I'm gone after 5. Well, I leave at 7. So yeah, try to go in between them, and then that helps too. Just making sure, okay, get up at least every 2 hours and do this. Like, that keeps you awake. I would definitely, that's my last tip. No, that's not my last tip. I don't know. It's nighttime. I'm tired. Anyways, another tip, make sure that you do the most important work as soon as you get to work. Why? Because by the end of the shift, maybe even mid-shift, your mind is not gonna be working right, girl. It's just, you're not gonna be there. So if you have to chart on a patient, you know, I would say try to do that as early in the shift as possible, because you don't want to be sitting there charting and you think that everything look good, perfect, and then, you know, you charting at 3 o'clock in the morning, oh, it looks good, okay, and you're extremely tired, and then come in the next day and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I wrote that. Or if you do paper charting and you can look at your handwriting and be like, oh my gosh, I was so tired, look at this, like, I kind of wrote all off the line. Like, I'm telling you, try to do that as early in the shift as possible. And then what I try to do is I do more of my like mechanical work towards the middle of my shift. So I try to get the more important stuff that requires my full attention. I do that at the beginning of my shift, just knock all that out the way. And then I work on the stuff like, at my job, we still have paper charts. So I have to file. So if you have to file labs or medication sheets or whatever, I file those like at 3 o'clock in the morning. They kind of recharge me and wake me up. So I'm standing up doing it, moving back and forth, moving. And that kind of recharges you. Another tip is find a friend. Please find you a friend on night shift. Please. You have to. I know, at least to me, that's what helps keep me awake. Hydrate. Like, having somebody to talk to, like, really, like, keeps me there. Otherwise, I think I would pass out. I just wouldn't be able to do it. Like, you just want to have somebody kind of keep you awake to talk to. Like, sometimes if you want to take a break and talk on your phone, I don't know, like 2 o'clock in the morning, who's going to be willing to talk to you? But what I usually do is I find a friend. Even if I don't got no friends, I'm going to go around and talk to someone. We're going to talk about something to keep me awake. Like, I just have to do that. That's what I got to do. So find you a friend, talk to somebody, okay? Another tip is, I just had it in my mind, y'all. Oh my God, I got another tip. I know I got some more tips for y'all. Oh, back to coffee and staying hydrated. If you don't have to, don't drink coffee during the week, so, or on days when you're off. Because what you want to do is you don't want to make it so that your caffeine tolerance is so high. Like, it takes 4 cups of coffee to even move you. You don't want to get to that point. I work 4 night shifts a month, because I work night shifts every other weekend. So I just try throughout the week to not really drink a lot of coffee if I don't have to. So that come that night shift, when I do drink some coffee, like, my body's like, ooh, no caffeine. And then I get it and it's like, oh yeah, it's pumped up. It's like, it's ready, you know. I wouldn't really go for like energy drinks if you don't have to, because that stuff is kind of scary. I have done it before. I have. But if you don't have to, don't. If anything, you can even start green tea. Green tea has caffeine in it too, and it's better for you. Try that. Another tip that I have is the drive home. I don't know about y'all, but when I'm driving home from my night shift, I kind of get really scared because it's scary because you probably, like me, when I get up on night shifts, I've been up working for the past 16 hours. Something that I do is roll all those windows down. If you're going to be real hot, or if it's wintertime, you better roll those windows down, whatever, to keep you awake. Blast that music. Play some music that you know you cannot resist dancing or singing to. Whatever it is, play that music and be talking and singing and dancing and freezing while you're driving. Do anything to keep you awake, because when you're driving on the way home from work and you have one of those moments where you just literally close your eyes for like 4 seconds and then you finally wake up, it's like the scariest feeling ever. You feel like your heart just clenches. Like, anybody that's ever worked a night shift or drive when you were like extremely tired, you know what I'm talking about. So do whatever you can. Something also you can do is talk to somebody while you're driving. So if it's your spouse or whomever, be like, hey, or somebody you just got off with, be like, hey girl, call me so I can stay awake. And y'all talking on the way home. That's gonna keep you awake. Just be safe out there, y'all, please. Another way that it can help is to go alternate route home. So I know for sure there's like 2 ways to go home from my job. There's the highway, and then there's the more of the scenic route. Sometimes I take that route just because I'm not used to it. So I'm more alert. You know, when you get on the highway and you drive this same highway every single day, or at least 4 or 5 times out the week, you kind of have like muscle memory to it. And it's like, you know how you can drive for 20 minutes and then you finally realize like, oh, I'm still driving. Like, that happens even when you're like extremely tired and you're not as alert. So if you go an alternate way, then it'll keep you more aware of what's going on because you're not used to it. So try that. Other tip is eat food. Now, look, if you know anything about working a night shift, you probably have gained maybe about 5, 10, 15 pounds just from working a night shift, because you go your whole day kind of eating. You eat your way through the night shift. But you want to make sure that you take stuff that's healthy, that's going to actually aid you in being energized versus bringing you down. So chips are going to bring you down. Fried food, greasy food is going to bring you down. Fast food is going to bring you down. Too many sodas, yeah, it might have some caffeine, some sugar, but guess what? You're still going to come down. So try your best to bring in some type of fruit. What I do sometimes is I make myself a smoothie before I go to work. You definitely need to prep your meals out if you're working like nights back to back to back and you know you don't have time to sleep throughout the day and you don't have time to cook. Make sure you prep your meals and kind of have like some type of bulk meal that you made and you got to set up. So all you got to do is grab it out the fridge. And even if you have to put an alarm on your phone to remind you, grab your lunch, grab your lunch, grab your lunch, do that. So eat good food throughout your night shift. Don't just go for the chips and the sodas and the coffee and the Starbucks and, oh, let me run to Taco Bell before they close. Like, nah. Get some fruit in there, some vegetables, some stuff that's gonna get you going, okay? I'm talking to you, okay? Oh, another thing, do as much during the beginning of your shift, because I'm telling you, somebody gonna fall, die, act a donkey. And if you waited all night to do your work, and here it is 4 o'clock and you know you leave at 7 and you got all this work to do, somebody gonna do something before you leave. Somebody gonna do something to make you have to stay over or make you have to run through your work and get it done. I try to get as much done in the beginning as possible because something's bound to happen and you want to kind of leave yourself a little bit of wiggle room in case something happens, because somebody's gonna die or some CNA gonna get into another CNA. You got to send somebody home and you're gonna be short and you're gonna have to help out getting people up or blah 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 blah. Something gonna happen. So I hope that this helps all my night shift nurses, workers, CNAs, CMTs, whomever out there that's working a night shift. I hope this helps. If you work the night shift, let me know. What do you do to stay awake? Do you go somewhere and go to sleep? I hope you don't.